Hey, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, comment down below. Let me know where y'all from, and let me know if you're a Young Dolph fan. Let's get right into it, man, because everybody's been wearing Young Dolph's jewelry and all that, his chain, keyglock, passing it around. You've seen Big Moochie Grape with some of it. We even seen a couple other people with the Smurf chain and all that. And so what happened is that we don't know if all that stuff was passed down to the right people. Like there's people that's been in and out of Dolph's houses just to look at it, just in and out. So we don't know who all that goes to. It's supposed to go to like the kids and to the whole family and everything like that. But clearly, if other people are wearing his jewelry and his chains, and literally like the PRE chain, the biggest one, is out there, somebody's wearing it. So if all that stuff is like that, then how is all the other stuff set up? So it's really just like, allegedly that they're trying to probably get rid of a lot of things and trying to see how much like they can get out of it. So it's a tough situation for everybody, and it's still condolences to the whole entire family and condolences to Dolph, and so it's what we want to say. But the one thing that you got to remember is that if you've seen it get sold, or if you've seen it out there in the market or something like that, then that means somebody didn't do the right thing. It should stay to have like the museum, it should stay within the family and everything like that, because that's something that Dolph would have wanted to pass down. That's his own creation and everything like that. He's the one that came up with PRE, and now you see a lot of people trying to step in, and you see how the whole situation with Daddy-O and everything like that, like they were partners in this the whole time. And a lot of people were saying that Yo Gotti and Daddy-O have been friends for the longest time. And so that whole situation just merges into how much of a role did Yo Gotti, CMG, moneybaggyo, and Black Youngster have to play in this, because you already know that the Bentley was out there on the street in front of Makedas when this whole thing happened, and they took that picture, and you seen that picture of that Bentley rolling by. It's no coincidence that they would be at the same place at the same time where Dolph is in front of that restaurant. And the fact that it's the two people running from that car coming right to that door, and you see the guys in the street, and that's that black Bentley, like that's a $500,000 car and it's bulletproof. So that should be getting more attention and everything like that. But a lot of people missed it. A lot of people didn't say anything about it, because you seen when the witnesses were on there, they were talking about a Mustang. They weren't even saying the right car name, but then they said that they seen a big black car full of people. And it's like, were they talking about the Lincoln or were they talking about the Bentley? And so because it's Memphis, they recognize one of them or the other one. And it's like, how could they miss and not talked about that, the fact that they seen a whole $500,000 Bentley driving by, but they talking about, oh, it was a Mustang and it went the wrong way. And they pointing, it was two people, and they asked them which way did it go, and they both pointed in different directions, and one of them said Mustang and the other one said it was a truck. And so it was like 5 or 6, 7 cars out there, y'all. And there was people watching literally like across the street, down the road, like parked in the grass, backed in way back. And that's one of the SUVs that was there too. Like it was multiple ones, old cars, new cars, expensive cars, cheap cars. Everybody had a position in this. Everybody, they were running in the whole entire play, like a whole operation was being done allegedly. And so what you guys got to understand is that it's been a very long time, and now nobody's speaking up about it. Like they didn't got a lot of people to quiet down on it. And so that's why you just got to keep in mind and pay attention to the fact that all this stuff went down. And it's like, fast forward now when they're finding out about all the things that come out, and a lot of people are going to be like, dang, they didn't expect it to make a turn like this. They didn't expect all the stuff to come out in detail of exactly what happened. Like the footage is still missing, but the people that know what happened, they know a lot, and they're getting ready to fit basically one by one, figure out who exactly was involved, who was not, and if it was Black Youngster or anybody. Because if you guys remember the last time they had a situation like this, except no one passed on that one, but it was the 100 shot situation, and it had Black Youngster's name written all over it, to the point where Black Youngster even went and had to turn himself in for it. But then at the end, Dolph didn't snitch on him, and so what happened was is that the charges were dropped, and that's how he got out of that jam. And so this time it could be different, because there's nobody to say, oh, let him slide or anything like that, let him get away with it. No, they're not going to do it this time, because of the fact that it went too far. Like it's condolences to Dolph and the whole entire family, if you gotta understand, man. And a lot of people are out there rocking with PRE. And so let me know, are you guys rocking with PRE in the comments? Are you guys rocking with Young Dolph in the, and so let me know in that comment section too. And so basically back to the whole point of the thing is that the fact that all the stuff is being passed around, all the jewelry passed around. And so the more important thing is that you don't want to see anybody that's on CMG or Yo Gotti's side wearing the PRE chain. Because you guys already know that OG Bangwayne has 2 of them that he took from Big Moochie Grape. And the fact that he did that means that they got motivation to get him again and get the big chains. Now that Keyglock and all them are wearing the big chains around, it's like they're going to want to try to get one of those because they've been collecting Big Moochie Grapes PRE chains for a while now. And so that's one thing, and you can't just, that'll be a big disrespect to Dolph if one of them was to snatch Keyglock's chain, the big PRE chain, or if one of like Daddy O's chains somebody ended up like finessing it or anything like that. You never know. And so that would end up being like a big message, a big shot fired to the whole PRE side. And that could make things basically have it to where there's tension between them. And, you know, nobody wants that to happen in the neighborhood. Like everybody wants to have the peace. They sick and tired of all the feuding that's going on, that's been happening in Memphis the full entire like last 2 years. And so what y'all got to understand is that the whole thing was basically, you know, a setup from the beginning. Everything was plotted, and a lot of people had a lot of things to do with it. And so nobody was talking at first. Nobody was really saying anything. But as the time went on, things started to unfold. Things started to, what happened in the dark started coming out to light. And situations where it was happening behind closed doors ended up getting spoken on. And through, you know, Makedas and the Cookie Monsters and all of them, Raven and them, they ended up doing all those interviews and basically gave people exactly like, you know, the questions when they asked those questions, and, you know, they answered them the way they did and basically changed their answers and all that kind of stuff. That's what made people know that what was really going on and open their eyes to it. And they started to understand what's really happening. And so from that whole situation ended up turning into where everybody was asking all these questions. Everybody was wondering who, like, what really happened to, like, in that situation to Dolph that day and inside that cookie shop. And so what ended up happening is that a lot of people find out that it happened inside the shop, just like they said at the beginning. And so that's what made it to where everybody was basically feeling some type, like everybody has something to say about that. You know, everyone was talking and saying, "Dan, that's crazy. Did it really happen?" And so it was a big mystery, and people were paying attention. Like everybody out there in Memphis, you know, the real people that's out there close to it knows exactly what happened. And at the end of the day, we're going to have big updates coming out about it because this whole thing has been playing out. And so now is the time where everything is coming out. And stay tuned to the channel because there's big news coming out on the next video. And basically what you got to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment down below. Let me know where you're from and if you're rocking with Dolph and PRE. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.